Hello, hello, lovely people. Thank you for joining. Lovely to see you too. Thank you for joining. I hope you're well, everybody. Hi there. I hope you're all well. Lovely to see you. Lovely to have you. Yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks for coming. Thank you for letting me in your homes again on this Sunday evening. I hope you're all well. I've spoken to some of you, a few of you, and we're getting very, very hot weather, aren't we, these days? Very, very hot weather. I don't know about where you are, but in the UK, we're definitely getting very hot weather right now. Excuse me. And hopefully it'll start cooling down. That's the hope, that it will start cooling down. Hopefully. I was just watching the news forecast, and they're predicting showers and rain, thunderstorms, that kind of thing tomorrow and Tuesday. So hopefully it'll start cooling down a little bit, because I don't know about you, but I've had really, really hot, uncomfortable nights when it comes to sleep. London is more hot or hotter than Quiche Island. Oh my goodness. I've heard that Quiche and the other one, Qish, I think, I've heard that they're hot and humid. So that's very uncomfortable, isn't it? Yeah. Some people like this weather. Some people really like this weather. But it's not for everybody. Manchester, Winslow Park yesterday. Yeah. We have gorgeous weather in Glasgow. You're very lucky. You're very lucky that you have gorgeous weather. And I've got, it's so humid. Yeah, it's the humidity, isn't it, that just makes it a little bit uncomfortable, makes it a little bit unbearable, unfortunately. Boiling weather, yes. Rash tashrif nimiyarid. I'd love to. Oh, I'd love to visit all different parts of Iran, honestly. I've heard that the north of Iran is beautiful, the same as south, east, west, center, all of it is absolutely beautiful. So I would love to, definitely. When I come over, I'd love to dedicate maybe 2-3 months to, going and visiting all these lovely, beautiful, beautiful places, and obviously the beautiful people as well. That would be really good. Okay. I'm actually waiting for someone else to send a request to join me. I don't know if she will. She might have forgotten, although I did remind her. I requested someone to come and join me in the live today, and she said that she would try to, but she might have other commitments as well. So we'll have to wait and see. We're roasting. Yes, I'm sure you are. It's very hot, isn't it? From Southampton. Very good, lovely. Okay, so earlier today, that means before now. So sometime today, before now, earlier today, which means I haven't given you a specific time. You just know it was before now. Yeah. Earlier today, I put a post on Instagram story about this watch that I had bought, and I put a review about this watch, if you remember. Oh no, that's someone else. Yeah, that's someone else. I put a review about this watch that I bought. This is the watch. And to look at, it looks perfectly fine. It's nice, a typical watch. It wasn't very expensive, obviously. I think 20-30 pounds, something like that. So initially I went on Amazon, and usually the very first place I go to when I want to buy something, the very first place I go is the price, because I want to make sure it's, value for money. I don't want to pay too much money because, it's a waste. And the second place I go to usually is the reviews. Reading the reviews gives me a lot of information. It tells me about what other customers think about that item, what their experiences might be. So that's what I did. I went on Amazon, went on the reviews for this, and there are something like, maybe was it 4,000 or something, people had reviewed the product, and it had something like maybe 4.5 out of 5, which isn't bad. You know, it's not one of these really Samsung smartwatches or anything. It's just a normal smartwatch. I wanted it mainly for the pedometer function, so it can count the steps, and for heart monitor, maybe to monitor the heartbeats per minute, and, you know, sleep and that kind of thing. Very normal, very basic functions is what I was looking for. And so I got this. It arrived promptly. All of these I'm going to write down in the caption in YouTube, don't worry. It arrived promptly, which I was really happy about. And I started wearing it. Obviously there was a mixed bag of reviews online when I was on Amazon. Some people liked the product, some people didn't very much. So there was a mixed bag. There was a mixed bag of reviews. Some people liked it, some people didn't. And, you know, some people went on about the functionality and everything. So they were happy with it, mainly. It arrived promptly. From the get-go, that means from the beginning, from the start, when I started wearing it, from the get-go, there was something fishy going on. I wrote all my thoughts down on paper before we started. From the get-go, from the get-go, that means right from the start, there was something fishy, something unusual with the watch. Now, I don't live in a huge house. So when I walk from my living room to my kitchen, there is no way that I have walked 221 steps, which is what the watch was saying. It was saying that I had walked 221 steps. It was saying that I had walked 221 steps from my living room to my kitchen, which is bizarre. No, it might be, I don't know, much less than 221 steps anyway. But I gave it the benefit of the doubt. This is an idiom we use. I gave it meaning the watch. I gave it the benefit of the doubt. I gave it the benefit of the doubt. I gave it the benefit of the doubt, which means I thought maybe I'm mistaken. So I thought I'll give it a little bit of extra time. I'll still keep wearing the watch and I'll see what happens tomorrow, the day after. I didn't want to jump to a decision. I thought, no, I'll give it a bit of extra time. So I gave it the benefit of the doubt. So I continued watching it, etc. But today was the last straw. Today was the last straw. Today was the last straw. I couldn't take it anymore, because when I was walking very, very short distances, it suddenly jumped. The pedometer jumped 100, 200 steps. The heart monitor kept fluctuating, going up and down. The sleep, this was good. It told me that I had had 7 hours of deep sleep last night and 2 hours of light sleep, which is very, very wrong. We had a really hot, sticky night last night, didn't we? Especially in Manchester. And I was tossing and turning. I was tossing and turning all night because it was very uncomfortable to sleep in that heat, hot and murky, really, really bad, difficult weather to sleep in. So I know I was tossing and turning. I know I didn't get any good sleep, just like a lot of you. So I knew I didn't get deep sleep. 7 hours deep sleep, I wish. So that was it. I've decided to send it back, and I'm on the lookout. I'm on the lookout now for another watch. One that just focuses, you know, on steps and all. So I'm going to go back to the comments. So that's what I've decided to do. I'm on the lookout for a watch that will, you know, at least be real, reliable when it's giving me information. Hopefully, hopefully. So that's the idea anyway. That's what I'm going to try and do for later. And it's such a shame because I was ready. You know, I lead a difficult, no, I don't lead a difficult life. No, I lead a very sedentary lifestyle, which means I'm sitting a lot of the time. I'm either creating courses and material or I'm teaching. So a lot of the time, unfortunately, I'm sitting. I really like to spy my chance. This is something new. I like to spy my chance. I like to spy my chance whenever I can. That means whenever I have the opportunity, I use it straight away. I like to spy my chance between lessons maybe, or whenever I can, to get up and walk around the house a little bit, just to get a little bit of exercise if possible, because I don't have time, unfortunately, to go out and go to the gym and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's a shame, but I'm going to go back to Amazon, see if I can find something else. If not, maybe a different shop. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Firuze. Hi, Firuze. Oh, Firuze's talking to someone else. Sorry. I'd like to spy my chance. Hamid Reza. Spy is S-P-Y. S-P-Y. I'd like to spy my chance. Tiam, you need just an Apple Watch. Apple Watch. Well, Apple is fine. I'm sorry to say, this is just my opinion. I'm not a huge fan of Apple. Sorry. I have always been an Android girl. I absolutely love my Samsung, so I'm going to stick with that. I'm very loyal to Samsung. But even going out and getting a Samsung smartwatch, because I'm only looking for the pedometer functionality, I don't want to go and spend £300 or £400 on a watch that is just going to tell me how many steps I've walked. You know, to me, I think it's a waste of money. And for me, obviously, yeah, I'd rather spend, you know, £300-400 on something that's worth it. You know, something a lot more than that. I'd like to spy my chance. Very good. I couldn't believe you speak Persian with that gorgeous British accent. That's very kind of you. I haven't spoken Persian today, have I? Sohila, hi Sohila. Fitbit, was that Fitbit you said? Right, right. I might give that a go. I might give that a go. Thank you very much. You can use your phone as a pedometer. I never knew that. I'm going to have to go and do some research on there. Use my phone as a pedometer. That's a good idea as well. So use Samsung Health app in your phone as it would do all things you're looking for. Right, thank you for that. Thanks for the tip. Thanks for the tip. Thanks for the tip. Thanks for the tip. I'll definitely see if I can do that. Right, let's get someone up. Let's get Nahid. Lovely, lovely Nahid. Because today I want to see if I can with some of you lovely people, if that's possible, instead of me just talking. I'm sure you get sick and tired of listening to me all the time. So let's see if we can get someone else coming and talking as well. Yes, lovely. Which part of Iran? I'm not from Iran. My father's from Iran, but not myself. I'm going to language college now, but I want to get my results sooner than usual because I don't have much time to enter dental university. Right, let's see. You want to get your results sooner than... They don't usually cater for anybody who wants to get their results sooner than other people. I mean, if you're talking about a university, that might be different. You might be able to pull some strings. You might be able to pull some strings, which means you might know somebody, for example, who can help you get your results quicker. But college, usually they take their time, don't they? with college, so you might have to wait, unfortunately. Okay, lots of questions, personal questions about me. Let's focus on English, shall we? What's different between especially and specially? Okay. Especially is when you want to give focus to something. Give focus to something. Specially is obviously something that's special. Very good. I'm not a rich to buy cheap goods. Yeah? Okay. So, yeah. Um, please let me know what's the topic you have conversation. The topic of conversation for today, I had put down, I'd like to get to know you. I want to get to know you a little bit more. Your voice has changed. Oh dear. So hopefully you can hear me a bit better now, I hope. Hopefully you can hear me a bit better. I'm not sure. Hopefully that's okay. Okay. Your mic has disconnected. Oh my goodness. Is that better? Is that any better? Can you just give me a thumbs up? Your voice has changed. Oh, that's not good. Now it's okay? Okay, okay. Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, now it's okay? Okay. Lovely. What is your idea about the TOEFL exam? Okay, in my opinion, TOEFL and IELTS, both of them basically do the same thing. TOEFL, from my understanding, TOEFL is more used in the UK, in Europe, these kind of places. IELTS is mainly used in Europe and the UK. From Cambridge, whereas TOEFL is more used over in America. However, both of them are used in both, obviously, different places as well. And both of them do the same thing. I mean, you might have different styles of questions when it comes to the reading and the listening. Like listening TOEFL, for example, you need to be listening and taking notes as well. And, with obviously each style has its own different types of questions. With the IELTS, you've got your set 8 types of questions, and each one has its own way of answering them, different techniques. But both of them basically do the same thing, and that is they assess your English. So if your English is good enough, if it's up to par, oh my goodness, sorry. If your English is up to par, that means it's up to the right standard that it should be, you should be able to sit either the IELTS or the TOEFL. Obviously, you need to brush up on the technique of it, but both of them are tests that you should be able to pass if your English is at that level. Could you give advice for activating vocabulary? In my opinion, so there are a few stages when we want to learn vocabulary. In my opinion, if you want to learn something, just reading it, just understanding the meaning of what it says, that's not called learning. That's called understanding. Okay, so I might come across a word or an idiom in a text or podcast or something, and firstly, I need to know what it means. I need to know how it's spelt, because then that helps me memorize it, obviously. I need to know how it's used, as in the function of it. I need to know the grammar of it. I need to know where it's suitable to be used, etc. All of this is just me doing the research. I haven't learnt anything yet. Once I fully understand the word or the idiom, I understand what it means, how you write it, where you use it. That's when I start practice using it. And that is the process of learning. So just because I know what it says in a sentence doesn't mean I've learnt it. The process of learning takes a lot longer. However, the longer it takes for me to learn that word, the deeper learning will take place, in my opinion. The better learning will take place. So do spend that little bit of extra time, if you can, to make sure that you've learnt it properly before you move on to the next one. That's what I would suggest. Layla, do you perform online English class for speaking? I I'm in the process of creating a form right now, a Google form, a very quick form that I will have ready. I only have a few very, very small spaces, just a few spaces during the week because I'm focusing on other things as well. Right now, I have a very, very few number of vacancies, yes. Do native speakers speak like the movies or simple? Because I can't understand the movies. That's a very good point. When you watch a movie, when you watch a film, what are you watching? You're watching somebody who has already memorized their script, right? So there's a writer who sat down and wrote what I have to say, what you have to say in the film. So it's all rehearsed. So everybody speaks in complete sentences. You can hear what everybody is saying. To me, that's not normal. Because a normal conversation is I might start a sentence, then I might stop in the middle of the sentence, change my mind, and start a different sentence. That's what happens in normal conversation. Or I might be speaking, and then suddenly you jump in and you continue my sentence, or you start talking. So that's called normal conversation. Okay. Is it okay to watch movies to learn English? Yes, it's a good place to start. But please don't think that you have to learn English from movies and that's the only place you can learn it. No, there are documentaries. If you can watch real life programs, like what happens at an airport, people working at an airport. You have BBC documentaries about people working at an airport. That's fantastic to sit and watch those. What happens in a factory when they want to make tea, when they want to make biscuits, when they want to make trains and buses. Obviously, there are conversations there as well. So it's good to sit and watch these programs as much as possible. Those are real conversations, and that's where you hear lots of idioms, phrasal verbs, lots of real natural English. That's where the gold is, in my opinion. Um, let's see. Can I get someone to come up and have a chat with me? I feel lonely today. I'd like one of you to come up and talk. Lovely Layla, which plan is suitable for improving my accent? Okay, so if you want to improve your accent, what I would suggest is listen to what you can hear. Listen quite a few times until you feel comfortable and you know what it sounds like. What I would do is I would record myself when I'm repeating. So I listen, and then when I want to repeat it, I record myself. And then I play both of them. I play the original and I play my own accent. And that's how you can compare how close or how far you are from the original. And obviously keep doing that. I think that might help. Hi Layla, I have serious problem in my listening skill. I should give some presentation by November. I'm really worried. Please don't be worried. Please don't be worried. Your presentation, I'm guessing it's for college. I'm guessing, is that right? For in November, um, listening skill. Yeah, I'm guessing this is for college. Maybe if you have one of your exams, your teacher just wants to make sure that you give your presentation. It has a nice order. It flows nicely. There is a clear beginning, middle, and end. They want to make sure that obviously you've used your vocabulary and your grammar and everything. And they want to make sure that when other people are asking you questions, you listen and you can respond accordingly. So I wouldn't worry. When we start worrying, we start panicking. And when we start panicking, that can interfere with how the brain works. A little bit of worry and stress is okay. It gets the adrenaline going and wakes us up. But too much worry and stress sometimes goes the opposite, doesn't it? It ruins everything. Hi, Layla. Have you got any advice for a new teacher? Oh, wow. Oh, fantastic. A new teacher. Yes, I do. I have a lot of don'ts, and a lot of don'ts because these are things that I did which were very wrong, and I've learned not to do them over time. One of them is don't talk a lot. Which is my weakness. I just sit there and talk, forgetting that I'm the teacher. I need to be quiet and let the students do the talking. So that's one piece of advice I would give. Another one is when you're creating material to teach, when you're creating your lesson, you're creating your material, try to make sure that it is suitable for higher levels, as well as you've got a plan for lower level students as well, because everybody isn't going to be the same in a class. Some people are going to be lower, they need a bit more support. Some people are going to be higher. The majority will be average. So just try to have a few little extra tips up your sleeve. That's the idiom, up your sleeve, so you can whip them out and use them. An example, if I wanted to give a little, for example, gap fill exercise to my students, I would give them a text. And then I would give them gap fill, so they had to read the text. This is very beginner level. They would read the text and then they had to fill in the gaps. Students who are a bit more advanced, they would finish quickly. So then what I would do is I paired the students who are quite advanced together, and I would say, right, these words that are the answers, I need you to have a conversation with these together. So just constantly pushing them a little bit extra to see how far they can go. That's what I would suggest. Can you speak Persian? Yes, but not as well as you. How cute you chuckle. Oh my God, I've become aware of it now. Which pronunciation of worry is correct? Okay. Worry, 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 worry. Hopefully I've pronounced it enough for you. Worry. Can you save this live? Yes, it's going to be on YouTube for you. Is it okay that I try to use phrases and idioms in my mind and repair that every day in my flashcard? Repair that every day in my flashcard. It's really good. It's really, really good if you can, whenever you're learning something, if you can, yeah, write it down, and just if it's possible to stick it different areas, maybe in your room, in your kitchen, in your bedroom, wherever, with blue tack or whatever. It's really good because you're constantly seeing them. You can constantly see them. A big mistake is students learn something in a book, on their phone, on the website, on, laptop or whatever. Then they close it and put it away, so it's out of sight. And if it's out of sight, it's out of mind, right? But if I constantly see it, then I'm going to constantly be reminded and I'll start thinking about it and stuff. So that's really good. What is the topic of your teaching? So today I'd like to get to know you. That's the topic. But nobody's coming up to talk to me. I don't know why. Right. We can't speak English as you. No, you're not expected to. You're not expected to. You're still learning. The same way that I'm still obviously not fluent and not perfect in Farsi. So it takes time, but that's okay. Remember that you're learning a second language. Please don't compare yourselves with native English speakers. Native English speakers, they speak perfect English. They should speak perfect English. It's their mother tongue. But a lot of native English speakers only know one language. You are learning two, or some of you are learning more than two languages. So that's good. You shouldn't think that you're behind or anything. No, not at all. Okay. I'm an English teacher. Very good. Best of luck to you. Let me see. Can I have a chat with this gentleman? I've seen your name pop up a lot. Let me see if I can bring you up to have a chat with you. How can I improve my listening for IELTS? IELTS listening, if you want anything for IELTS, I would definitely suggest National Geographic. National Geographic. They have their own set of textbooks, really, really good. Make sure you read those and obviously listen to those as well. Listen to news as much as you can because they are very much academically based, obviously, IELTS. Get other listening texts if you can, other listening resources, and just try to listen to all different sources, and slowly you'll get it. Hopefully, so slowly you'll get it. Hello, is there anybody there? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, yes. Hi, what's your name, please?
Hello, Mrs. Leila. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Thank you very much. I'm from Iran and I have studied English for 8 terms at the Iran Language Institute.
Very good, very
Um,
good. Well done. Can I just
but
have your name? What's your name?
my name is Hamid Reza.
Hamid Reza.
Hamid Reza.
Very nice to
Yes.
speak to you. Very nice to speak with you. So, how's your day been so far?
Pardon me. How old?
How has your day been so far? Have you had a good day up to now?
What does you mean about David?
Um,
David?
sorry. تا حالا روزتون خوب بوده؟
Yes, yes.
Yes.
I had been a good day.
Very
Yes.
good. Very good. Lovely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So you're going to this institute to learn English. Lovely. How often do you go? How often do you go? How often do you go to the institute? Is it once a
Uh,
week, every day?
Actually, I have studied 3 years ago, 4 years ago, but quite it and didn't continue it. But I'd like to continue and learn and practice to provide my English language and my accent.
Lovely, lovely. That sounds really good. Um, were you happy with the teachers and the language school and everything? Were you happy? Were you satisfied?
Yes, yes. My English teacher, Mr. Rajabi, was a good English teacher, like you.
Oh,
And his accent was British. His accent was British, and he teach and speak with us English, just English. He didn't speak Farsi in the class. He speaks English.
right, right. What do you think about this, Hamid Raza? Do you think it's good that teachers just speak in English, or do you think teachers should speak a bit of Farsi in the lesson as well? What do you think?
No, I think, in my opinion, the English teacher must speak English and have us to speak English in the with a partner and listening to practice and conversation to the class
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
to improve
Absolutely,
to
absolutely.
improve.
Yeah,
Yes,
because it pushes people to pay
yes,
attention. Is that right? If you only have
yes.
English. Yes, lovely. Okay. So you're hoping to go back and continue studying, is that right?
I, yes, yes. Is that right? I hoping to continue my English class and English and accent, and I'd like to practice my speaking and listening and to fluently speaking fluently English.
Lovely, lovely. Well, you've already started your journey. And okay, I can hear maybe little grammar or maybe little bit of pronunciation, but the important thing is I completely understand what you're saying, Hamid Reza. So that's really, really important. I'm not expecting perfect English from you right now. We are having a conversation and I can completely understand everything you're saying. So that's really good. That's the start of it. That's really good. Very good.
Thank you, thank
Lovely, lovely. Okay, it was so nice of you to join me. Thank you very much for that. Enjoy the rest
you,
of your
thank you very
evening.
much. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
You too. Thank you
Thank you.
very much. Take care. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Lovely. Okay. It's so nice. It really is so nice when one of you comes up and agrees to have a chat with me. It's really nice. I get to hear you, I get to talk to you, so I don't feel all by myself here. I get to talk to you as well. Lovely. Um, okay, we've got time for one more person, if that's okay. May I join you to talk? Sure. It's Paria. Is that right? I'm going to try you, Paria, if that's okay. Obviously, I haven't arranged this beforehand with anybody, but it's lovely. Yeah, when I get to talk to you, it's fantastic. It's really good. What a lovely gentleman we just spoke to. Very good. So going back to learning English, going back and trying, and that's the thing. When you're talking to someone, you don't expect perfect English. You just want to understand what they're saying. Hello, is that Paria?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
How are you? Thank you. My name is Parisa.
Parisa, I'm so sorry, Parisa. So sorry. How are you, Parisa? Thank you so much for
No problem.
being
Thank you.
to be here. How's your day been so far?
It was such a boring day for me, unluckily.
Oh dear, oh dear. I just want to know
Yeah.
what country you live in, if that's okay.
I'm from Iran and I live in city of Zanjan.
Right, right. Okay. So you've had a boring day. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that.
Sorry for telling that, but my mother unluckily passed away 1 year ago, and tomorrow is her anniversary. So for that reason, I'm a little upset for that.
Well, that's very understandable. Firstly, I offer my deepest condolences. I'm really, really
Thank you.
sorry to hear that. A
Thank
person's mother, in my opinion, is their best friend in the world. So
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
I'm sure you're going through a very, very difficult time, but I'm sure, I mean, I don't know, I'm sure your mother would have been very, very proud of you. And I'm sure that she would have wanted every bit of success and happiness for you. I'm sure.
That's nice of you. Thank you.
Thank you. So yeah, it's difficult. These days are very difficult. I'm really sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
So apart from that, do you have any other, I mean, what do you normally do? Do you work? Do you study? Anything?
Well, I should say I graduated from the university 12 years ago,
Yeah.
and my major in the university was translation of English.
Mm-hmm.
But unluckily, those times I didn't know anything about continuing my lesson, my study in abroad. So these days I could understand that it is not just for creative students, it is not just innovative students, and I can continue my study. So, but I am 36 years old, and at the moment I started to again obtain, IELTS degree.
Very good.
And these days, I try to apply for some universities for Canada or Italy.
Right, right. Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Best of luck to you.
And my three siblings, my two sisters and my one brother, live in England.
Okay, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and two of them, my sisters, in fact, are studying, one of them medical and one of them architecture.
So one of them is studying medicine and one of them is studying
Medicine, yeah.
architecture. Lovely, lovely.
Yeah. And my brother just works there.
Okay, okay. So I'm sure they are very good for you to practice your English, although, you know, you don't need to practice your English. It sounds fine, but it's lovely
Yeah, yeah.
someone here that you can practice with. Fantastic. So you're hoping
Yeah.
your IELTS. Once you've finished your IELTS, what would you like to do later after you've received your IELTS?
You know, last year I started to study IELTS, and as I said, my mom had a trip to Karbala, and unluckily she had an accident there and she passed away. So after 2 months, I started again to my study. And at the moment, I am ready to take part in this exam, but unluckily, it is, cancelled in Iran.
Is it cancelled temporarily or is it cancelled for good, forever?
I think it is cancelled temporarily, yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, it sounds like you're ready. Sorry, go on.
But as you know, we have limited time to apply for universities. For this reason, I'm in hurry to take this exam in Turkey, Istanbul, or Armanistan, like these countries.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I definitely wish you the best of luck. Obviously, you've got your degree
Thank you.
in English translation, so you're all set. And I'm sure you'll do really well in your exam. The best of luck to you.
Thank you. May I take your advice about my listening or about my accent of speaking?
I don't find a problem with your accent. There is only a problem with someone's accent if I don't understand what they're saying. But I understand everything that you said. So
Thanks.
your examiner isn't going to have a problem. They'll be able to understand what you're saying.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, lovely. Thank you very much for joining me. And
I thank you to give this opportunity to talk to you. It was such a fortunate time for me. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. I wish you all the best.
Thanks again.
Take care.
You too. Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Okay, you can still try to take IELTS in Iran. Somebody is saying, Ali Rizzo, you can still try to take IELTS in Iran. Okay. Right. Yes. Well, I don't know, obviously, how it works over there. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but wherever it is that this lovely lady, Parisa, wherever it is that Parisa decides to go, hopefully she'll be able to make it. And yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Obviously, sitting the IELTS and everything. Okay. Right. So it is now, by my watch, it's close to 7:45. It's very close to 7:45. And I'm going to have to step out of teacher mode. I'm going to have to step back into mother mode because my kids are waiting for their dinner. I'm going to get my kids to come down. They usually help me to make the salad, set the table. You know, I don't do everything and just call them to come and help. They have to pull their weight as well. So I'm going to call them down to make the salad and set the table and do whatever it is they need to do. And hopefully you will enjoy the rest of your evening as well. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. It was really nice seeing you, talking to you, and reading your fantastic comments. That was really good. Today is the 10th of September, and we're getting very, very close to the anniversary of Mahsa Amini. So because of that, out of the complete respect that I have for Mahsa and for everything that's going on in Iran, there will be no live session next Sunday. So I will hopefully see you in 2 weeks' time. Okay, so I will not see you next Sunday. I will see you the weekend after, if that's okay. Take care of yourselves. If you live in a hot place, try to remain cool, try to stay cool, drink lots, eat the right things that you need to eat to stay cool. And I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Thank you. Good night, everybody.